Hello everyone, I hope you're well. Now you guys seem to love when I do gut health updates, so that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do a gut health update and tell you how my gut's been feeling. So first off, I'm going to give you my Sibo test results, and then if you stay tuned till later in the video, you might remember that last month's gut health update I was talking about how I was taking Bimuno, a prebiotic. Well, I'm still taking it, and I wanted to give you a little update on how I'm feeling on Bimuno. So last month, I don't know if some of you knew, but I did a hydrogen breath test. And the reason I did a hydrogen breath test was to test for whether I have Sibo, which Sibo stands for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, which basically is where you have too much bacteria in your small intestine. So your bacteria has overgrown and it's made everything a bit out of balance. As a lot of you know, I suffer with IBS and I do follow the low FODMAP diet, but I still struggle massively with bad symptoms of bloating, pain, flatulence, all those things. So I took this test because I was wondering whether there was something more to it than that, because, you know, I've tried so many things and it's not completely helped me. So I just wanted to know if maybe there was something else happening in my belly. I hear you all asking, what is a hydrogen breath test? Like, what do you have to do for a hydrogen breath test? Well, it was quite simple. I did it at home, and for the day before I had the breath test, I ate a completely bland diet. It was very boring. I remember we had just plain chicken and rice and it was very dull, although Mark said he enjoyed it. And then for the 12 hours prior to me taking the breath test, I ate absolutely nothing and I just drank water, I think. And then basically, when it was time for me to do my hydrogen breath test, I had to get this little solution of what is called lactulose, which I think is a sugar. I poured the lactulose into some water, it diluted. I then had to drink it very quickly. And then I had these test tubes. So I think don't know how many test tubes I had. I had quite a lot of test tubes. And then every 15 minutes after I took this lactulose, I had to blow through a straw into the test tube and then put the lid on tightly, and it would take my breath. It would hold my breath in it, and then these were going to be sent off to the lab. So I did this every 15 minutes for 2.5 hours. And then I also at the same time had to write down my symptoms, like how I was feeling, because the lactulose that I was taking could potentially give me some symptoms like bloating and sort of abdominal pain and maybe even nausea. And for me, that definitely did happen. So I wrote it down. I was like, oh God, bloating is increasing. You have to do it out of 10. So I was like 5, 6, 7. It was increasing and it wasn't good. And I also had a lot of abdominal pain. And then it sort of filtered off and was at about this point. But yeah, so I did all that. And then after 2.5 hours, the test was done. I put all my test tubes in a little packet and sent them off to a lab. The lab that did all this with me was called the Functional Gut Clinic. And I then had to wait a few days. It was annoying because I think it was a bank holiday or something, or Easter. So I had to wait a few more days than I would have liked to get my results. And yeah, when I got my results, they were very interesting. Right, so drum roll here for the results. Yeah, I have Sibo. I have Sibo. I have small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. I'm having to get used to saying that now. So basically, I got the results through, and the gastroenterologist, Dr. Guy, at the Functional Gut Clinic, gave me a ring and explained them all to me. And he said that alongside, obviously, my symptoms that I just said, which were quite interesting, I also had problems with my hydrogen levels. So this is a hydrogen breath test, as I said, and they were testing for that. So as like these 2.5 hours went along after I took the lactulose and kept blowing the tube, each tube showed quite an increase in hydrogen levels. And it showed such an increase that it was indicative that I have Sibo. So yeah, the higher your hydrogen levels, the more it is showing that there is an overgrowth of bacteria in your small intestine. I don't know all the details about like why that then shows there's hydrogen or why the hydrogen then appears. So go and read that online or something. Maybe I'll leave a link below, I don't know. But basically what the doctor told me is that when you have an increase in hydrogen, especially within that first hour of doing the hydrogen breath test, that is very much indicative that Sibo is present in your gut. So yeah, it was a pretty simple conversation on the phone. I have Sibo, but I then needed to ask, what next? And I'm sure you're wondering what next, because you know, you get a diagnosis, but you need to know what you can do to help that. So what I was told is that antibiotics are often used to treat Sibo, which is something that I thought, oh, I'm not sure if antibiotics is something that I want to, try too much, because I know that antibiotics can be bad for your gut, and sometimes, people take them, and people don't want to take a lot of antibiotics, do they? Unless they really, really have to, and I'm the same. But the doctor understood this completely and said, obviously they understand that it's a gut issue, and these antibiotics are something that really needs to be done initially, just to balance out the gut again and help it out. So that's something that he told me. But obviously he said that I need antibiotics, but he wasn't going to give them to me there and then. He's somewhere else in the country and he's on the phone. He told me that what I need to do is go to the doctors and ask them there. So basically, with the functional gut clinic thing, he sent over a report, which was really, really interesting actually, which had a graph of like my hydrogen levels, and you could see how they went up, and that just made me sad. And he also gave a few comments at the bottom for like my GP or a gastroenterologist or whatever to read through, so that, it just seems official, because obviously a doctor's probably not going to listen to me if I say, oh hi, I have high hydrogen levels in my body, I just know it. So he gave this to me, signed it all, and had some scientists sign it as well. And I need to take that to the doctors, and it's been quite a while now, but I'm really bloody useless and I still haven't done it. But next week I am going to do that now. I've said it. I'm going to take my report to the doctors and say, hey guys, I want some antibiotics for this, because, they should do that for me because I need it. But additionally to that, he also said that, the low FODMAP diet is a really good diet to be on for Sibo and stuff. So you need to have the antibiotics to start with, but then you need to go about managing your Sibo, which does have very similar symptoms to IBS. And so the low FODMAP diet is one of those diets which they would recommend. So I guess I'm just going to continue on that as well. Okay, so that's my Sibo test results, and I guess I will pick up with you in my next gut health update, because obviously, as I said, I've been useless and not gone to the doctors yet, but by the next gut health update, I should have gone to the doctors and hopefully got some medicine to help me with this. If not, I will still update you and tell you how useless the doctors are, which is probably what's going to happen, but who knows? I will keep you updated, and yeah. A lot of people have already asked me how you take a hydrogen breath test, and I guess my first piece of advice would be to just go to your doctor. Obviously, I didn't get mine through my doctor, but you never know. Doctors seem to be more understanding about gut health. Like, some of them are understanding of the low FODMAP diet now, which is crazy. So you never know. They might be interested in helping you out and getting you a hydrogen breath test. If not, I mean, you could go, if you're seeing a dietitian or a nutritionist or something, it might be worth mentioning it to them, because they might have greater insight into this as well. But if not, there are places where you can literally just go, and I can guarantee they will give you a hydrogen breath test. So for instance, I went to the functional gut clinic and they provided me with one that I could do at home, but you can also go into the functional gut clinic as well and do one there. And I must just say as well, this isn't sponsored by the functional gut clinic, I'm just saying because that's where I did mine. Oh, and before I go, as promised, I thought I'd give you a little Bimuno update and just a general gut update about how I'm feeling at the moment. So I've been taking this Bimuno now for actually ages, I can't remember, but over a month I've been taking Bimuno twice a day, and I have continued, I think, every day except one to go to the toilet. And this is from someone with IBS-C, someone with constipation. Well, I thought I had constipation, I kind of don't. The last month I haven't had it, and it's like life-changing, it's amazing. And yeah, I'm definitely going to continue taking it because it really has changed my life. Obviously, like, I do still get a lot of symptoms and stuff, and when I eat too much foods, I do get a tummy ache, but the fact that I've been going to the toilet has helped, like, with the whole gas situation, and the trap gas is what does give me a lot of pain. So I have been having a lot less of that, and you kind of take it for granted. I kind of, when I'm thinking about it now, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that time the other day where I did have a tummy ache and I was bloated and stuff, but more often, not more often than not, but more than I used to, I'm not so bloated, I'm not so feeling so crap about myself because I am going to the toilet. Going to the toilet is a game changer when you have IBS-C, trust me, it's amazing. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep taking them because it really has helped me. I have stocked up and bought a whole load of them because they are amazing. So yeah, obviously IBS has no cure, and I don't think Sibo has a cure either. But yeah, I am feeling a lot better, and this is probably one of the first more positive gut health updates that I've done. But you know, it's good. It's good. I've been going to the toilet more, and although I've had pain, at least that's a plus point, and that's a very, very, very big plus point for me. So that is all for this update. But if you have any questions about Sibo, not that I am an expert on Sibo by any means, but you know, from my own experience, if you have any questions on the hydrogen breath test, or if you have like taken the breath test, or if you have Sibo, actually if you have Sibo yourself, please write in the comments below, because I probably have stuff I want to ask you, because I am new to this and I don't know. So yeah, if you've got any questions at all about anything, or you want to chat about anything, leave it in the comments below and I promise you I will get back to you. But yeah, thank you very, very much for watching this gut health update. I really enjoy doing them. It's weird, isn't it? Talking about like your pains and your struggles and your tummy and stuff, you don't get to do that with many people. So the fact that I have lots of you guys listening to me and responding to me and stuff is amazing, because it definitely makes me feel not so alone in this world of majority of people not seeming to want to talk about it. So thanks so much for that. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you very soon for lots more gut stuff. Bye.